Look, 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 look. How good does this look already? And when it comes out of the oven, it'll be even tastier. Come on, this is how it's going to look. Let's serve it. And today we have this real marvel that you can make in no time. I'm Pelayo, and this is Saladolandia. And today we're going to make one of those dishes that's super easy to prepare, but gives fantastic results. We're going to make a kind of panini or pizza, call it whatever you want, using sandwich bread that you can make in no time, and that is delicious. Let's go for it. To prepare this wonder, I use the following ingredients: 8 slices of sandwich bread, 200 ml, 1 cup, crushed tomato, and 100 ml, 1/2 cup, fried tomato sauce, a splash of oil, plus a tablespoon each of oregano and basil. I'm also going to add some cold cuts. In my case, 4 slices of cooked ham are enough. Also, 100 grams or half a pack of shredded cheese and salt to taste. With that, a great dish, and in no time, and let's go with this recipe that is made super quickly. First, prepare a special tomato sauce so it has a superb flavor. Are these pizzas or paninis? So we take a bowl and put the fried tomato and the crushed tomato in it. We're going to give it an extra touch of flavor with a little bit of oregano, about a tablespoon, the same amount of basil, and a pinch of salt. It's up to your taste. Add more if you like it salty, less if you prefer it mild. We're also going to add a splash of oil. If it's olive oil in good quality, even better. Then give it a stir, simply so that everything gets mixed really well. And that's it. The tomato sauce is ready. Later, it will cook a bit in the oven and turn out wonderful. Wasn't this section easy? Here it is. Look at that texture. Don't you already feel like eating it by the spoonful? All right, let's keep going. Now we're going to prepare a few things. First, place the slices of sandwich bread on a rack with parchment paper or a silicone mat on top. The rack, obviously, should be oven safe because we're going to assemble everything right here. Today, we're keeping it simple. Let's arrange the slices so they don't overlap, just like this, right next to each other. Next, we're going to prepare the cold cuts. In my case, cooked ham. What we do is cut strips, as you can see here, long strips. And then I'm going to turn them and chop them in a crosswise or perpendicular direction. Let's turn it over and chop it now along the narrow side. That way, I'll get very small pieces, easier to distribute, and better for this type of product. So the cold cuts are chopped up really well. I think that's perfect. And now we're going to take the magic sauce we prepared and spread it over all the slices. Come on, a couple of spoonfuls. This next step is important. With the bottom of the spoon, spread the sauce so it covers with a relatively thin but even layer. The whole slice. Come on, let's put a couple of spoonfuls on each slice. Come on. And if you notice, while I'm doing it, I take advantage of the fact that the bottom of the spoon is a little rounded. To start spreading that sauce I have in the center toward the edges, and that way smooth out the surface. In this case, I'm using that tomato sauce that I prepared. Man, it takes you a minute. I recommend you do it this way. It doesn't take much time and gives really good results. Now that you're even lazier and want to just add the crushed tomatoes directly, you can do that too. They'll taste good. No, not at this level, not with that pizza touch, but they'll be relatively tasty. But I'm telling you, I spend that extra minute at the beginning, and I think it's really worth it. Also, I love the extra touch of basil and oregano, although you could swap these spices for others that you like more. Exactly, because we're here to enjoy things the way each of us likes. In all recipes of this type of pizza, the key is in the sauce that serves as the base. In this case, it's tomato. You see, with a few little touches, we turn a regular tomato sauce into something special. So this is fundamental. And as you can see, after spreading them well with the sauce, We're going to put the chopped cold cuts on top. We place it little by little on each slice, and at the end, whatever is left, we divide among all of them. This way, more or less, we leave an even amount. See, I put a little bit, and now with what I have left, we fill in the little gaps. This way, you don't put too much at the beginning and end up with some that have a lot and others that are almost empty. Arguments in the kitchen are never good or interesting. Only argue if it's necessary about the food. If we can do it this well, there's nothing to argue about. Well, what do you think? Is this starting to look good? I think so. But keep thinking, because I'm sure you'll come up with another cold cut to add. Something tasty, really good. And if you tell me in the comments, I'll start getting some ideas. All right, after the cold cuts, grated cheese. I'm going to use mozzarella, but use whichever one you like best. Any kind is welcome here. Any cheese works since it will melt and brown when heated. So let your imagination run wild, or even if you don't have much imagination but your fridge is full, just look around and see what you have that might work. In my case, mozzarella, which I think works great in any pizza type dish. But like I said, everyone can use whatever they want. In fact, if you like strong flavors, go ahead and add a really strong cheese here, one with a powerful taste, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It goes great with it. Keep in mind that both the tomato and the cold cuts have mild flavors, so adding something with real punch. If you really like that kind of cheese, go for it, because trust me, you're going to enjoy it. You'll definitely succeed. All right, we've already spread all the cheese over the 8 slices. And finally, I'm going to give it a little touch. I'm going to sprinkle a bit more oregano on top. Just a little, just to give it a touch of aroma and a bit of color on top. If you have it, use it for an extra touch. Oregano, basil, anything you like. The important thing is to have preheated the oven well, in my case to 200 degrees Celsius or 390 Fahrenheit. Let's grab the tray and let's go over there with it. We're going to place it in the lower middle part and wait until the cheese is melted and golden and the bread is golden too. In my case, about 20 minutes with heat from above and below and without the fan. And look at how amazing this looks already. A recipe that's ready, which, as you can see, we've made in no time, and it looks absolutely amazing. The last trick, I'm sure they've stuck together since the cheese is so close between slices. So just run a little knife through while they're still nice and hot, and they'll come apart with no effort. See? That easy. Keep a tray nearby and serve, because everyone will be at the table already, waiting for the key moment. Here comes the mini sandwich bread pizza. Let's get another one. One more. You can see they're super easy to serve, thanks to being on a silicone mat. If you use good parchment paper, wax paper, or whatever you want to call it, the result is the same. It comes off perfectly. All right, I almost have the tray ready. It's been a super simple recipe, one of those that gets you out of a tight spot. But look. What a wonderful result. Dare to try them one day, because it's so easy that you'll make this dish over and over again. Super easy, and it gets you out of trouble. So really go for it, and most importantly, enjoy. And we've almost reached the end of the video. I just have a couple of little details left to tell you. Look, the usual way is to do it like I did, onion and pepper, but we're here to enjoy ourselves. So you can add more veggies and make it to your personal taste. I'm sure you have ideas, so tell me in the comments which other veggies you'd add. And that way, as always, I get ideas from you. In the meantime, you can check out this masterpiece. Just look at it. Doesn't it look amazing? Or click here to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the bell and notifications. And every Thursday and Sunday, you'll get notified that we have a new recipe for you